Hi and welcome to Online English 1A with Dr. Starr. This is just a brief video, I hope, to show you around the class. When you log in to the campus, what you will do is go to My Portal and select Canvas, and that should take you to a dashboard that looks like this, and you will select our class, and when you open it, all of these things that I'm able to see, this is our full schedule. You will not be able to see all of these things because, as you can see, for every single module you have to finish this first, then this. Check your computer is the first thing on the list. You complete that task, then you open the syllabus, you print it out and study it carefully so that you're prepared for the course and prepared for the first quiz. Read these tips and tricks and strategies for college work, for online courses, and you go through them one at a time. Things that are documents, best to either print them out so you can study them on paper, always a good idea. If that's not your medium, then save these files onto your desktop or a special folder for English 1A. So that you always have them to refer to. You want to make sure that you understand the policies, understand the procedures, know how to troubleshoot your system if you get stuck in Canvas for some reason. Here is our class schedule so you can see what is going to happen when. You have to have access to a laptop or desktop computer for every week. This is a reading and writing intensive course. And it's a 4-unit class, and that means that you must have something in the neighborhood of 12 to 16 hours every single week to devote to this class. If you don't have it, this is a bad time to take English 1A. The college deadlines are here. If you should need to note when to add, if you have problems, you need to leave the class, the deadlines are here for you to view. And as you complete your tasks, you'll be able to move on to the next one. You'll be able to see and begin activities for week 1. In the future, week 2 will open at the end of this week, on Friday of the first week. Week 2 will open at the end of week 2 on Friday. Week 3 will open. And all of these things, they're only going to open for you if you view this video and then participate in this discussion and then participate in this response. You have to follow whatever's in the module and do them one after the other. And if you do that, and you do that on time, then you will always be able to access the next week's material in the following week. Okay, so that's how you will go through. And again, I'm the instructor and I get to see everything. Canvas is only going to give you access to the next thing. So it is pretty important that you open up this schedule and save it somewhere so that you can see in advance when everything is due. Next thing I want to give our attention to is the course syllabus. Very, very important information here. You have to make sure that you understand it so that you can have a very successful semester. Says, for example, contact method, you can email me Monday through Thursday. I will respond on the mornings of Monday through Thursday. Explains that I am holding conference times for us that you can access when you have questions on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to 10 a.m. You would access those inside of Canvas on the Confer Zoom feature. It's in the menu on the left. Explanations. This is an online class, so we don't have things at scheduled specific times except for, of course, the conferences, because I have to be ready for them. But everything else can be submitted when you're capable of doing so. But there are due times. Due days and times are going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays by 5 p.m. So whatever's due by 5 p.m. on Tuesday, you can do it anytime between the Friday morning before and the Tuesday at 5 p.m. And the responses that you'll be asked to give, you'll have 48 hours for that. Everything must be turned on time because your peers have to have access to your homework in order to complete theirs. So things cannot be late in an online class. Things have to be accessible to the whole class for everybody in order for the class to work. We have course management system and ethical behavior, things that are expected because you have to correspond with your peers and with me on a weekly basis, semi-weekly basis, and so it is necessary that the tone always be collegial, always be positive and generous and helpful and constructive. Anyway, so there's specific information on that. There's information on how you submit different types of work. Some is homework and some is essays. And there's the course description here. We are going to be focusing on career paths for this class, so you'll be studying up actually on where you can go with your college degree and what you plan on doing in the future. Our textbook is called They Say, I Say, The Moves That Matter in Academic Writing. We are reading a textbook, but it is free online as a PDF, so you don't have to purchase it. Again, you must do this work on a desktop or a laptop computer. You cannot expect to be able to access all the materials and interact with a class on a pad or a smartphone. They simply don't have the capacity for everything that's going to be in Canvas, so you need access very regularly to a desktop or a laptop computer. Let's see. What else do I want to tell you about right now? This is a portfolio class. The portfolio is going to be worth 100 points. You are only able to complete the portfolio and submit it to me if you do everything else in the class. You must complete every assignment. You must complete it on time, on your own time, before it is due. So you'll want to make sure that you submit all of these things. You'll want to make sure that you look at your peers' feedback on your work and my feedback on your work. You need to attend to that feedback and take it into consideration. You need to complete some timed essays inside of Canvas. Those are also to help you work toward your portfolio. The portfolio is where the points are, and again, you can only complete the portfolio if you do everything else, and once you submit it, your grade is going to be based largely on the quality of that portfolio, and of course the fact that you have done everything. So I'm not grading you, I'm grading you on a grading contract. So everything has to be submitted, everything has to be submitted on time. There are some exceptions for certain things that can be late. Some details here for missed and incomplete assignments, knowing where you stand. You can see here that I have this contract. If there is an issue that for some reason or another you are incapable of submitting one of your works on time, you can contact me about this and I can let you continue. And if you only have one problem with one assignment, a homework assignment, you are still able to get an A in the course. Now, if you have two missed assignments for whatever reason, and I still allow you back in the class, or two late assignments rather, then you can still earn a B in the class. But as you can see, missing anything at all is going to jeopardize your grade. So you need to stay on top of things, stay on time, make sure that you read your materials, understand your assignments. And if you don't understand your assignments, of course, then that's when you need to go into Confer Zoom, ask me questions live if you would like, or you need to send me email. And the email, I have to stress this, use the email box in Canvas. If you send me a private email from a private account, it will never be opened. I do not enjoy spam, and I teach massive amounts of students, and I find that a good way to get spam is to let students send me private emails, so I do not do it. You can send me email through the Canvas course package there. So go into Canvas and send me email from there. And then I will respond to you in Canvas, and then that way we both know that we are safe and we don't have to worry about digital unwanted intrusions from elsewhere. Okay, it tells you here that your essays and your portfolios, these are formal assignments, so it requires formatting in a specific way. You must go to the OWL at Purdue, and you must look at the MLA style guide there. Read the formatting information and do what it says. Students have sometimes thought that it's fine to just sort of send anything in there, any kind of font, any kind of spacing, whatever they feel like, indenting paragraphs, not indenting paragraphs, not including headings. The fact of the matter is this is not high school anymore. You don't get points just because you wrote something down. English 1A is a very serious class. This is the beginning of your college career, and you need to demonstrate that you can follow instructions and act as a colleague, act as a professional. And, you know, if you think about it, this is training for employment as a professional. And when people hire professionals, they have an expectation of organization and tidiness, and they don't want to have to look at something messy and figure out what's going on. They want to show that you can, you know, accommodate their needs. Academic honesty is obviously about plagiarizing, which we'll go into in more detail, but obviously you cannot grab things off the internet and stuff them into your paper. You have to cite your sources in the appropriate fashion according to MLA style, which we can go into further. This is the list of things you're supposed to be able to do when you finish this class, so I'll be expecting that you have practiced all of these things, and that in the end you have done successful work. This is an online course. It meets the requirements for universal design. The documents have been prepared in such a way that any student, regardless of ability, should be able to access all of the materials. All of the videos for this course have been closed captioned in YouTube, so this should be good enough for everybody. If you have any special needs that you do not find addressed already, then you should email me in Canvas. Monday or Tuesday would be really good, January 8th, January 9th, so that I can accommodate you appropriately and in a timely fashion. Anyway, welcome to English 1A. This is Dr. Starr, and I am very, very happy to be your teacher this semester, and I look forward to seeing your fine work. Thanks very much.